Okay, so welcome to another video. Today I'm gonna be talking about this whole Demi Lovato Max Ehrich situation. We all know how the story goes. They got together secretly at first, tried to secret. They eventually revealed their relationship. Shortly after that, they got engaged. They both put out these long-winded, very pretentious statements on Instagram talking about each other and talking about how happy they are to have met each other. And then shortly after that, they broke up, seemingly with only one person knowing that the relationship is over, and that was Demi Lovato. Because Max Ehrich has said that he found out that the relationship was over through a tabloid while he was at work. While he was at work, he got on his phone and, opened an app or something and then realized that the relationship was over. Demi's camp has said that that's a lie. He knew it was over because they discussed it. But I'm not sure if I believe that. I'm just not sure if I believe that because so far, Max Ehrich has been on Instagram and he's been on social media basically talking about the situation and putting his emotions out there. And of course, he's gonna be attacked by Lovatics because they have to protect their queen, right? So he's getting attacked, but he's putting his voice out there, and he is basically putting out really too much information for Demi's camps. They're just not happy with what he's putting out there. Let's put it that way. He's exposing too much. They expected him to just take his lumps and go away quietly. He hasn't done that. So I actually think that he is being honest. That's just me. I think he's being honest. I do think he's hurt by it all, and I think he's being honest. Is it attention getting? Of course it's attention getting. These people live on attention. That's what it means to be a celebrity. Celebrities need attention to survive. So what he's doing, is it getting him attention? Of course. Why is it, when one celebrity does something that's attention getting, it's okay. But when somebody else does it, it's not okay. It's all okay as far as I'm concerned. Either it's all okay or none of it is okay. We can't pick and choose, when it's okay when one person do it because we like that person. But when somebody else does it, it's not okay. And that's what he's facing. Like, people are upset with him because he's exposing too much about Demi. He has every right to do that. Like, if he wants to go on Instagram and speak on the breakup, he can do that. Remember, Taylor Swift made a whole career out of writing songs about her ex-boyfriends. And that was okay. That was okay when she did that. So if this guy wants to get on Instagram and he wants to bare his soul, that's okay too. If it's okay when a woman does it in some form, why is it not okay when a man does it? Why is it that he needs to just be quiet and go away? Why does he need to be quiet and go away? We don't tell women to be quiet and go away. So why are we telling him to be quiet and go away? So I'm okay with it. Now, the reason I believe Max Ehrich and I sympathize with the guy is because he's speaking for himself. He's out here and he's speaking on the issue for himself. Demi Lovato has not spoken on this issue for herself. Everything you see or hear about this that's coming out on her side, it's a source close to her. Somebody close to her camp. This, that. It's not her words. She has not spoken on it. She has released new music, right? So she's definitely trying to capitalize on the attention, right? She released a song, I Still Have Me. Okay. So she released a song, so it's not like she's not capitalizing on it, right? But that's okay. It's okay for Demi to release a song and capitalize on the breakup. But it's not okay for Max to go on Instagram and it's not okay for him to speak out and say how he feels, but at the same time, we turn around and we talk about celebrities and we talk about how mental health is so important, but Why is it not okay for this guy to get this off his chest and to speak? Is this not important for his mental health? Do we not care about his well-being? Right? Yeah, but if it was the other way around and Demi was coming out, nobody would tell her to be quiet. Nobody would tell her to shut up, right? But this guy, he's nobody. Dude, just go away. You can't keep talking about the great Demi Lovato. We love her. We're Lovatics. We love her. Go away. You're making her look bad. Go away. Right? No. So basically, Max is saying, hey, we never talked about the breakups. I found out we weren't together anymore from a tabloid. And you see all this stuff where they're saying, hey, Max and Demi broke up and she doesn't want to have anything to do with him again. She doesn't want to have anything to do with him ever, right? How do you go from being together, living together? They were living together during the quarantine. They got engaged. They put out these statements. And then because some old tweets came up where he was seemingly thirsting after Selena Gomez, that created problems. Then they're saying, hey, after he got engaged to her, he started promoting himself too much. What does that mean? He started promoting himself too much. He's a celebrity just like she's a celebrity. Why is it that if she had used the relationship to get publicity, and she did use it to get publicity, right? Why is it she was using it to get publicity until the old tweets from his account, came up and it looked embarrassing for her. But up until that point, she was definitely using the relationship for publicity. Why was that okay? And now that he's seemingly using it for publicity, it's not okay. Again, I see a double standard here. I see a double standard. And I don't necessarily mean a double standard because of men and women. I mean a double standard because she's more popular. So anything she does is okay. He's less known. So, it's not okay for him to do it. That's the double standard. They're both celebrities. And if it's okay for her to do it, as far as I'm concerned, it should be okay for him to do it. Right? If that is what he's doing. I don't know. It just seems to me like he just needs to just vent a little bit and get that off his chest. And I mean, the guy cared enough about her to propose to her, and she accepted the proposal, right? And some things happened in between, and she decided to break up with him, and apparently didn't tell him about it. And apparently he doesn't know what he did wrong, right? I mean, I can understand that. Just imagine you're with somebody and you cared about them enough to propose to them, and then they break up with you but don't tell you. And they won't take your calls, they won't speak to you. You have no idea what you did wrong. I can see why this guy is a bit messed up in the head right now. I can understand why he's emotionally broken right now. He has no idea what he's done wrong. I mean, she could at least tell him, you know what, I'm breaking up with you because of those tweets. At least he would know. She could say, I'm breaking up with you because you kept promoting yourself. I'm the only one who should have profited from this, from the publicity. Why do you think you're going to profit from it? Right? I had a problem with you profiting from it. You were just there to be my arm candy. She could have said that, and at least he would have some understanding. But if she never spoke to him, he has no idea what he did wrong. If he goes into the next relationship, it's not like he can go, well, I did this during this relationship and that messed it up, so I better not do it again. He has no idea what he did wrong. That's the problem. This is what's killing this guy right now, emotionally and mentally. He has no idea why she did this to him. And let me ask you, all these Lovatics out there, right? All these horrible, horrible people who call themselves Lovatics. Just answer me this. If Demi Lovato really loved this guy, how can she just walk away from this relationship so easily? Have you ever been in love? I can't imagine somebody being in love and just being able to walk away from someone else this easily. So some old tweets came up about Selena Gomez. If you loved him, that's not going to make you leave him. So you think he's promoting himself a little bit too much. If you love him, that's not going to make you leave him. I mean, there are people in relationships who are being abused verbally, physically, and just being treated horribly, but they're in love and they're not leaving the relationship. That's bad, right? That's really bad. That's a situation where they should leave the relationship, but they're not leaving because they are in love. Love is a really terrible thing. It makes people stay in situations they shouldn't sometimes, a lot of times. And this woman, Demi Lovato, just seemingly can just walk away from this guy, not even tell him they broke up, not even give him an explanation, right? She can just walk away and not respond to anything he says, right? He's the one speaking. He's speaking first person about this experience, and she's speaking through her PR people, sources close to her, blah, 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 blah. You know the routine, right? Why should I believe anything they say? That's a PR machine. There's a PR machine. Let me tell you something. People who don't have anything to hide speak for themselves. If you don't have anything to hide, Max doesn't have anything to hide. He's speaking for himself. Demi Lovato isn't speaking for herself. She's out here. She's living her best life behind the scenes. And anything that needs to be said is being said very carefully and protectively through third parties, right? So who you think has something to hide? It certainly isn't Max. If he had something to hide, I don't think he'd be out here talking so openly about the situation. The person who has something to hide is the one who isn't speaking, and that's, in my opinion, Demi, right? So that said, though, you know, there is this narrative that she left him because of the old Selena tweets where he was thirsting after Selena Gomez. There's also this narrative that he was promoting himself a little bit too much and that made her uncomfortable. I guess that would, be career jealousy right there, right? Maybe it was jealous of the fact that he's trying to use the situation to get publicity, but that's the business. Like, if you're a celebrity, you shouldn't feel any kind of way about the other person doing that. Now, that said, let me tell you why I believe they broke up. I believe they broke up because Demi Lovato never loved Max Ehrich, right? She never loved him. I knew right away when I started hearing about them and I saw pictures of this guy. I knew right away. I knew that this was just a publicity stunt, right? That's how I felt. I felt like, wow, this is just a publicity stunt for Demi Lovato to get some attention, to get some publicity, right? She doesn't care about this guy because right away you could tell he's not her type. These guys are not her type. You know who Demi Lovato likes? Demi Lovato likes the Wilma Valderramas. Demi Lovato likes the bad boys, right? She likes the guys who are gonna do her dirty and not think twice about her. That's who she likes. That's what she's attracted to. She's not attracted to this nice guy. Max Ehrich is a nice guy. You can look at him. He's a nice guy, kind of a square, you know. That's who he is. That's not her type, right? That's not her type. Demi Lovato is not attracted to that. Now, the reason she was with him is most likely because that's what she thought and her camp thought her fan base would approve of. They want to see her with a nice guy. See, Demi Lovato, I don't think is a very happy person, right? Because happy people don't just cut other people out of their lives with no explanation and just totally cut them off and block them and say, hey, I will never deal with this person again for literally no reason, no real reason, no rhyme and reason to this. There's no real rhyme and reason to how she treated this guy during the breakup, right? There's no real rhyme or reason to it other than I guess that's what she wants to do. Again, you know, people people, her fan base, these Lovatics, they fail to see Demi Lovato for who she is. And until they see Demi Lovato for who she is, and either not mess with her anymore or still love her for who she is, Demi Lovato will never be happy. It's sad to me that the very people who want her to be happiest, the Lovatics, are the very people who is causing her so much pain and grief, because the Lovatics don't see Demi Lovato for who Demi Lovato is. They see her for who they want her to be. They're in love with an image that was sold to them when she was a teen. That's not who she is, right? This good girl, nice girl, that's not who Demi Lovato is. All the evidence out there says that's not who she is, right? Don't forget, this is the same girl that was sneaking around, using drugs, texting her drug dealer to get drugs to get high. And it all finally came exposed and crashing down when she OD'd, right? How many good girls you know out there texting their drug dealer to get high and ODing? I don't know any good girls who are doing that. How many good girls have fake Instagram accounts and is talking shit about other female celebrities that they don't like? I don't know any good girls who are doing that. But all those things have been attributed to Demi Lovato. The drug thing we know that's a fact. The Finsta account, that has been attributed to her. So everything there is in terms of her personality, and don't forget her biggest relationship, the most famous relationship that she has had, was with Wilmer Valderrama, a known womanizer, bad boy, right? And that relationship allegedly started when she was not of age. Allegedly. All right? Allegedly, it was when she was not of age. So, these Lovatics they say they're in love with Demi Lovato. They're not in love with her. They're in love with who they think she is and who they want her to be. They want her to be this good girl. And that's not who she is. So she'll never be happy. They want her to be happy, but they want her to be happy on their terms. They want her to be happy being who they think she is and who they want her to be. They so badly want her to be this nice girl, this good girl. So she gets with this guy, Max Ehrich, who looks like a nice guy. And hey, they will accept him because that's in the mold of what they want me to be. But this type of guy is not going to do anything for her. She never loved this guy. Like, nobody who loves somebody could just walk away from them and cut them off like this. I mean, like, the man, you would think he cheated on her or did something horrible to her, right? And there's no evidence of any of that. But she just walked away from him and doesn't seemingly give two F's about him anymore. That's not somebody who loved you. It doesn't work like that. It just doesn't work like that. Okay? So, you guys are the reason why they basically broke up. And this is the reason why she'll never be happy. Because Demi Lovato will never be happy unless she is with the kind of man she wants to be with, which is the bad boy. Okay? Demi Lovato obviously liked to do drugs, right? You can say she's a drug addict who has been trying to do better since she OD'd. But before she OD'd, she liked to do drugs. People, her fan base is always with this, oh, Demi, you need to love yourself. You need to, So now she does motivational songs. I think pretty much every song she's released since she OD'd has been some kind of inspirational, motivational drizzle, right? Because that's what the fan base wants. They want to see this, Demi, oh, Demi, love yourself, Demi. We love you. You're important. You're beautiful. You're this. Love yourself. Why do people think that people who are on drugs don't love themselves? Just because somebody's doing drugs doesn't mean they don't love themselves, right? I'm pretty sure they love themselves, and the drugs make them happy. The drugs feel good to them. When they do the drugs, it makes them feel good, And that's why they do it. They don't do it because they don't love themselves. If they didn't love themselves, they probably wouldn't use drugs, right? They wouldn't give themselves that good feeling that the drug gives them. They would punish themselves and say, I'm not using drugs. I don't want this good feeling that the drugs give me, if they didn't love themselves. So this idea that people who do drugs don't love themselves, get away from that, please. Doing drugs has nothing to do with low self-esteem or any of that stuff. People use drugs and it gives them a certain feeling and they become addicted to that feeling. Okay? That's it. It's just that simple. They become addicted to the feeling that the drugs give them. It has nothing to do with them not liking themselves. But there has to be an excuse, right? Demi Lovato's using drugs. She ODs. So there has to be an excuse. There has to be a reason why she would use drugs. Why such a good girl, such a good person would do drugs. She must have some kind of self-esteem issue. She must have some kind of, self-esteem problem. She needs to love herself more. No, there's nothing wrong with her. Okay? There's nothing wrong with her. That is who she is. Until these Lovatics, until they accept her for who she is, and she's allowed to live the way she truly wants to live, she will never be happy. The Lovatics imprisoned Demi Lovato. I want you to know this. If you're a Lovatic, you're like a prison to her. You are a prison. You imprison her. You force her to be somebody she's not. All right? When I think of Demi Lovato's history, her public history that we are aware of, the Wilma Valderrama, the drug use, the OD. When I think about that, to me, I would classify Demi Lovato as a hood rat. Yes, it's not just black women who are hood rats. I would classify Demi Lovato as a hood rat. You all look at this hood rat and you think, oh, she's so sweet. She's so nice. All the evidence proves that that's not the point. That's not the case. The drug use, the sneaking around, having a drug dealer number in her phone she can call up whenever she wants to get high and get her stuff. The fake Instagram accounts, dating this grown man when she was not of age, allegedly, right? All of this, and people in these fan base is still like, oh, she's so sweet. She's so nice. We love you, Demi. We love you. We love you. Love yourself. Love yourself. Trust me, I'm pretty sure she damn loves herself a lot. She loves herself a whole lot, okay? She just happened to love drugs as well. Doing one doesn't mean the other doesn't exist. Doing drugs doesn't mean you don't love yourself. A lot of people do drugs and they love themselves, right? But people make excuses for the people they love and they care about. And her Lovatics keep her in this prison of love, I guess. They love Demi Lovato, but they don't really love Demi Lovato. They love who they want her to be and who they think she is. They don't see her for who she really is. They don't see the hood rat. They see this sweet Disney girl, and she started out, right? They see what they have been programmed to see. Right? Because that's how they build, child stars. They put out these narratives, they create this image, and they program you to see them a certain way. And a lot of people can't unsee that. No matter what. Like, Demi Lovato could go out there right now and kill a bunch of people, and they will still see her as this nice, sweet girl. It is what it is. And she will never be happy until her fans see her for who she is. Until you guys accept the hood rat that is Demi Lovato and say, you know what? She's a hood rat, but we love her anyway. Until you accept that, she will never be free. You imprison her. Lovatics, you guys, you're a prison for Demi Lovato. You imprison her. You force her to make decisions that will make you happy, but those are not the decisions that will make her happy. Being with Ehrich didn't make her happy. She did it for your approval because she figured that's the type of guy you all would love. And before all of this happened and they broke up, You all were so happy and congratulating her. You were so happy for her and was congratulating her. So you had approved of this guy. And all of a sudden now, you flipped on him, and he's like this horrible person because he won't shut up anymore. And he's exposing too much. See, he's exposing Demi Lovato, and he's forcing you to see a little bit clearly, and that bothers you. That really, really triggers you. Like, why are you trying to show us that's not what we want to see? We don't want to see the truth. We don't want to see the truth about her. We want to keep living this lie, and we want her to keep living this lie for us. We will continue to imprison her, right? This is not a fan base. The Lovatics are not a fan base. They are a living prison for Demi Lovato. And until you guys stop imprisoning her, either stop messing with her or accept her for who she is. Accept her. Say, you know what? I like her. She's pretty. She's a very pretty girl. Very pretty woman. She ain't a girl anymore. She grown. She's a very pretty woman. I like her songs. I like her voice. She's very talented. I don't care what she does. It's her life. She can live however she wants. She can be with whatever guy she wants to be with. I don't care. As long as she's happy. If it makes her happy, fine. If she wants to do drugs, I don't care about that either. That's her business. Until you guys can accept that, you are a prison for her. Unless you can come to terms with those things, you are a prison. Don't expect her to be happy. Don't expect any of her romantic situations to be happy, because she can't be with the type of guys you guys are gonna, she wants to be with. But the guy she wants to be with, you are not gonna approve of it, because you're gonna think, oh wow, this is not a good guy. This is a bad boy. He's gonna hurt you, Demi, or you might end up doing drugs again, Demi. You can't be with him. Guess what? All those things might be things she wants to do, right? You don't get to decide her life. You do not get to decide her life. Either accept her, all of her, which means you gotta accept the hood rat part of her, right? Because it's a big part of her. She's a hood rat, plain and simple. She's not this sweet, innocent girl that you all want her to be. There's a hood rat in there that likes to come out at night, okay? So, either accept her or keep imprisoning her, and then when that doesn't end up well for her, y'all will be on social media crying, oh, Demi, Accept people for who they are. Stop trying to force people to be something they're not. You guys say you love Demi Lovato so much, but you don't see her. You see this fake image. And that's partly on her fault, right? Because her people created this image of her. And that's partly their fault as well. But it's time for you all to wake up, Lovatics. It's time for you to wake up. This image you see of you've created in your head of Demi Lovato. This image that you've bought into and you believe. The more you believe it, the more you destroy this woman's life. The more you imprison her. You have her in this social prison. She can't act the way she wants to act. She can't be who she wants to be. She can't be who she is, because you are not going to approve of it. And there's that fear that if you don't approve of it, you may not purchase her music, you may not support her anymore, and that's going to hurt her financially. So if she wants to continue to do well financially, she has to continue to live the lie. People are not happy living lies. People are not happy when they can't be who they are, when they can't live the way they want to live, when they can't live their truth. They are not happy. Demi Lovato can't live her truth because you all have her in this prison, right? You've typecast her. You have typecast her as the good girl, and all her actions doesn't add up to being a good girl. I don't know why you all keep thinking she's a good girl when her history doesn't indicate good girl, right? What about Demi Lovato that indicates that she's a good girl? It more indicates she's a hood girl, right? Right? Again, stop imprisoning her. If you love her, if you love Demi Lovato, accept her for who she is. Accept her for the hood rat she is. Stop imprisoning her. Stop trying to make her to be who you want her to be. That is not who she is. All right? And maybe she can go out and find the bad boy that'll make her heart feel good again. You know? Maybe she can get that bad boy, that next Wilma Valderrama in her life and make her feel happy again. She was happy. She was happy when she was with Wilma. That's what made her happy. That bad boy made her happy. That's what she likes, the bad boys. Let her have her bad boys. Don't force her to be with the Max Erics because that looks safe. Don't force that on her. Let her be her. Let her live her life the way she wants to live her life. Stop imprisoning Demi Lovato. Lovatics, stop imprisoning her. If you love her, accept her. See her for who she really is. See her for who she really is. And accept her for who she really is. And get this ridiculous idea out of your head that Demi Lovato is a good girl. Alright, that's all I have to say on that. And please feel free to comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you and have a good day.